Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about 8 purchases of $100 or less that have had the most impact on me. The way that they've had the most impact on me has been whether it's through being able to give me mental clarity, making my life that little bit simpler, or just bringing me general enjoyment. I'm going to break down the 8 for you. I was going to do 10, but I just couldn't find 10 things that I bought recently. I really struggled. And the 8 was kind of a last add-on one. So yeah, I got this idea from listening to Tim Ferriss, and one of the questions he asks his guest is, in recent memory of under $100 or less, what purchase has had the most impact on your life? I like this question because it doesn't say, oh, look at that house, look at that big car, look at that brand new computer. It's very simple, minimal amounts of money, and yeah, of things that can have really beneficial impact to you. Number 1 is pens. These are pens. So I bought fine liner pens, and then I've also bought marker pens which have a fine and wide nib at the end. The reason I bought these was because they were about £15 for the both of them. The reason I bought these is because back in the day when I used to do art at school, we used to use the Posca pens. They're really expensive. God knows how a school afforded Posca pens, but yeah, I can't afford them now. So I just bought really cheap permanent markers and then the fine liner pens. Why I came across this was because I was looking at Pinterest for some client inspiration, and I came across this little mini illustration. It was done with a fine liner pen, and then it had like a bold marker to like color it in, and it looks really, really good, and it kind of just gave me loads of ideas, and I was like, I want to try that. And then since getting the pens, I've used them for loads of different things. I really enjoy just sitting down, using the pens, making artwork for no reason other than it just looks good, it feels good, you can listen to some music, you can just chill. With a lot of other creative things that I do, I intend to, or I as a side, make money from them. So like video editing, for example, is one thing I make money from. Doing graphic design or branding is another area that I make money from. So these are creative things that I make money from that I don't always necessarily find I can just do for the sake of being creative. Like I can, but it just, my mind for some reason always goes back to monetization. But I found with doing the drawings and doing the art, I don't intend to monetize it, and it just helps me get out my own head a little bit. So yeah, pens, simple. Number 2 is journal. I love my journals. I recently bought these 2 from Amazon, and then I've got the @Live ones, which I use to do sort of my weekly and daily plans. The reason for buying these ones is one of them I want to use as a language learning tool, so I'm going to write down the words that I've learned from Dutch in there, and then the other one is like a big ideas journal. So this is whether I want to start a new business, I want to start a new project, I want to build in a habit routine, something like that. I can just do it. I've already messed up on this one, somehow wrote it in the contents page. I remember thinking to myself, this looks weird, I wonder why it says pages and topics. Yeah, I kind of realised that it was the contents page, and I was like, oh, stupid mistake. But it's fine. We can live with that. Yeah, really simple and really, really, really enjoyable. We are looking at the Instapix, which is essentially a Polaroid camera. It prints your photos instantly, which is really, really cool. And I, for one, find that I can take loads and loads of photos, whether that's on my phone or on my camera, on my professional cameras, then I can take so many photos. But I found with this, it's just a good way to capture like the essence of a memory. I do it primarily for family stuff. So me and my daughter, when we go out, when we do a day, we'll take the camera with us and we'll just get a few shots of the day so that we can put it up on our wall. We can have like a little memory wall that shows all the different things we've done over the years, and it's just a good way to look back and remember, oh yeah, that's when we did that, it's not stored in a digital file that you don't really ever look at, or it's not stored like in a photo album that you only ever look at sort of once or twice a year. The photos are on the wall. I think they look really cool. a lot of people look at them when they come in, and I think that's quite cool. They're like, oh yeah, it's not that generic fucking one thing that really annoys me is people who have staged photos of their family. I just think it looks really tacky. I know loads of people that have got it, not for me personally. If you want to do it, hats off to you, but I just think it looks really tacky. Whereas with these, you're capturing an essence of a memory, and I think for me that's what a photo is. It's a essence of a memory. You're not trying to stage the memory. So yeah, maybe I'm being on my high horse, but that's my personal belief. Let's move on to number 4 before I offend any more people. Dutch oven. I bought this because I wanted to start baking sourdough bread. I have always loved sourdough. I just think it's the best thing ever. The way that it tastes so good without anything on it. Like, you can just eat it on its own, and it's like one of those nicest things. But added with butter, it is at this world. So I wanted to start making sourdough bread. I started reading a few recipes. They said that you should use a Dutch oven or a hot pan. I found it online. I saw a Dutch oven and I was like, yeah, right, I'm going to go for that. So that was £40. Really, I've got the use out of it, if that makes sense. But I like it because for me, having that little thing in my life that I can either make it go really, really well, or I can fuck it up really easily, but it doesn't really matter because I can just make another loaf of bread. It's quite nice. So there's loads of different things within baking sourdough, whether it's how much hydration you have, how long you let it ferment, the room temperature that you have it, the way that you score it. It all has a different effect, and I've really enjoyed learning about this, getting quite geeky about it, and for no other reason than just to get my mind off of work and to get my mind sort of in another place rather than just solidly working, solidly being productive, solidly doing whatever. So yeah, Dutch oven, making sourdough bread essentially. Number 5 is trainers. I haven't bought any new gym trainers since 2018. I only started going to the gym last year, dug out my old trainers, and I was just realizing that they're just not fit for purpose. So your feet get really sweaty, which then leads them to get really messy and just annoying and disgusting. So I bought a new pair of trainers. They were about 25 quid, Puma, really good. Let the air in, let it breathe. And yeah, I've just found that I like wearing them to the gym. I don't know whether it's because they're new or whatever, but they've got a nice bounce to them. I'm definitely going to keep continuing changing my gym trainers because, yeah, just sweaty feet in trainers is not good. So make sure you change them, make sure you change your socks and stuff, and don't stick onto trainers for 3 years. On to the next one. Number 6, Drops app. This is a language learning app. I've talked about it before on my channel. I'm not sure if you watched it, but I've recently started getting back into learning Dutch, and one of the apps I used before was called Drops. It's essentially a flashcards app, but not a flashcards app. So it's essentially just playing on words, and you're just memorizing it to a picture. So there's also spelling involved, but there's no sentence structure. There's no the sexes. I don't know what it's called, but in Dutch, there's if you say something is they, it could either mean man or woman. If you know what that means, let me know below, because I've completely butchered that. But yeah, the Drops app is just £35 per year, so within 3 years this will be irrelevant, but we'll cut it out then. A really easy, simple app, and loads of languages. If you need that little subtle reminder, or you have that habit of going on your phone to look at social media, to go on YouTube or whatever, then download a language learning app or some kind of learning app and use it instead, because it's easier to go on an app rather than to go on an app that is algorithmically designed to pull you in further. After about 5 minutes of doing the Drops app, you're a bit yeah, I'm done. I feel like that satiated feeling, and yeah, you just kind of get on with your day. But it gives you that little kick of dopamine if you need it. Right, last but not least, yeah. Number 8, we've got the Google Chrome. I believe it's called the Google Chrome. Essentially the thing that plugs into your USB, no, not your USB, the HDMI cable on your TV. and you use this to essentially bring together everything, and it makes your TV just smarter. I had a smart TV, which it was just terrible. It's a Samsung TV, and nothing about it is smart. It takes way too long to load stuff. There's never anything functionally nice about it. It just was painful to watch anything on it, despite having all the apps like Netflix, Prime, all the other ones, whatever. But it just didn't work seamlessly. The thing I like about the Google Chromecast is you can have your sort of curated playlist. Like I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't consume a lot on the TV. But when I do, I want to watch something that I know is going to have, like, be what I want to watch. So whether that's I'm watching a series or I'm watching a movie that Google then knows by the algorithm what movies I like, so it will show me movies that I like. I know Netflix does this, I know Amazon Prime does this, but it just collates it all into one place. So if you've got multiple streaming services and you tend to use a streaming viewing method, this is really good. It works with BBC iPlayer, Netflix, Disney, Amazon, ITV, all of the UK ones. I'm not sure about what it is like in your country. The only one it doesn't work with is Now TV by Sky, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, there's ways around it. You can watch it on your phone and then stream it to the thingy. Like, just makes your life simple. That's the basic reason why I have it. That was my 8 things under £100, and I think dollars have changed my life for the better. That genuinely improved my well-being, improved my efficiency, and just generally improved me being less in my head and more able to function better in work life and just generally going about the world. What things have you, or what's the thing that you purchased recently under $100 or pounds that has had the most impact in your life? Let me know in the comments, and I want to say thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you watching it. Have a fantastic day. Goodbye.